apartment of dreams, it is never possible to leave from the same door through which you entered. Everything is constructed to appear as if in a dream. I know you may ask, but dreams are not physical space. Well, neither is this building physical space. If you want to go from the top floor to, let's say, the 5th floor, you shouldn't imagine that you need a staircase or an elevator. No, you just have to leave your office and walk backwards a few steps until you get lost in darkness. And then you have arrived at the 5th floor. Everything is built underground here. The most important and the most mysterious floor is the 7th, which is thought to be right at the center of the earth. One enters there, but never exits. The 6th floor is the cleansing floor. The archive is on the 5th floor, but they keep all the dreams there. The 1st floor, or as it is known as the reception room, is where citizens can deposit their dreams. The 2nd floor, which is known as the filtration floor, is where dreams are divided into categories and then sent to specific sections. The 3rd floor, where we are now, and where your office is, has a different name. It is the floor of in-between dreams. This means it is the floor of dreams that are in between being returned to the 1st floor or continuing on to the 4th floor, to the master. You can move freely among these 3 floors. You can enter any office without needing to knock. You only need to knock on the 4th floor.
In the Department of Dreams, everything appears deeply unknowable and blurred, just like in a dream. This is a new recruit. He's very strange, but very useful.
But why is he torturing himself?
Stop until we pass.
As you wish, boss.
It's a method we discovered by accident. This wretch was sentenced to death. But during the routine torture, something impressed us. Every morning after we had tortured him the night before, he deposited a dream.
Very interesting. Violence as a
Wait,
mechanism.
and not just any old dream, but the dreams of statesmen and important people.
I don't understand.
He dreams the dreams of significant people. So if you happen to be an important man, he'd be able to dream your dream.
Well, that sounds incredible.
That's what we think too.
Oh, but how can you be sure? How do you know he isn't just playing a trick on you? I mean, perhaps he's made it all up just to survive, like Scheherazade who told stories.
Do we seem that naive to you? We verified it, not once, but a number of times.
But how could you verify it? I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound skeptical. I'm just curious.
All right. Here's a simple example. A few days ago, the Bulgarian president, Ivan Ivanov, published a memoir in a magazine. In it, among other things, he describes a dream that he had a month before. That dream was exactly the same as our man deposited a month ago.
That sounds like something for the Guinness Book of Records. I think there's no one like him in the world. I'm astonished.
We are too. But you should know that we don't torture him anymore. He continues to torture himself, and then on the next day, he deposits a dream.
I'd like to work even harder, boss. I want to be able to dream every night, but I can't. The morning after I tortured myself, I could barely get out of bed. I don't even have the strength to lift the whip.
You work hard enough. We're pleased with you.
But I want to work even harder. I'm frightened that if I don't dream every night, I'll miss a dream that's important, that's crucial for our country.
You're still at the beginning. Your body will adjust to the pain.
But you're destroying yourself. Isn't that enough for a single dream?
I can still feel the pain, and that lets me know that I have to go on. I can somehow always sense when I should stop.
How do you know?
When my hand no longer has the strength to strike me.
When your hand no longer obeys you?
Yes, in a way. But the thing is that I treat this hand as if it were a stranger's, not my own. Before I start to torture myself, I disown it as my hand. And that's why it strikes me, mercilessly, until it's so tired that it can't lift itself.
Isn't he a faithful citizen of this country? One of those charlatans who is writing useless slogans against the government has been turned into a person who is useful to the government. Very important. Did they bring you bread and water?
Yes, boss. I don't need anything. I'm grateful to you.
In the future, perhaps we can review these, how do I put it, these primitive methods. We might find something a bit more humane.
Let's go to your office.
That night, the president had a fever. His soul was consumed by an anxiety that neither he nor the doctor could diagnose. For the first time in his life, he shed 2 tears. Our president cried. He who had led this country with such bravery in war and in peace, who passed through deeply sad moments and all kinds of trauma and drama without shedding a single tear. He cried that night. The doctors collected the tears in a test tube and conducted the requisite tests. The chief physician returned 2 hours later and told us, "Never have we seen such clean tears. They do not contain any element of anger, worry, sadness, or anything else. They are tears of such cleanness that they can only be shed by someone of great kindness." This delighted us all. But the president continued to have a fever and to be exceedingly anxious, so anxious as to be an extremis. He tried to speak, but could not produce a single word from his mouth, only a few indecipherable mutterings. The next morning, just before dawn, the president opened his eyes. Although in a state of exhaustion, he spoke clearly. "The Department of Dreams," he said, and that was all he said. And then he closed his eyes forever. His request was clear.
This is your new office, Dan. You'll have to grow to love it, because you'll be living most of your life here. If you don't fall in love with these shelves, this dust, these floorboards, this darkness, you won't last long.
It seems wonderful. I'm in love at first sight. I've always liked spaces with only a little or no natural light at all. In the end, we're people and not lizards that need a sunbathe. But then on the other hand, we're not so naked as to need total darkness. Or maybe we are naked. Only joking.
I'm sure you noticed the typewriters. Well, here we only work with typewriters. Computers are prohibited. You'll have heard what the American Snowden did, of course. Finally, we do lose time with these keyboards, but we're more secure.
I understand. I've taken a typing course. I can type with 10 fingers, even 11 if necessary.
With 11?
It's just a joke from the course. We can type with our 10 fingers and even use our penis if we have to.
Marvelous. You seem to be a bit of a comedian. Well, you can start with these files on the table that haven't been dealt with. Then, whenever you want, you can research in the archives.
Who worked here before me?
A very clever man who unfortunately flew away and never came back. We called him Shortleg.
He died?
We don't know if he's dead or alive, actually. It sounds strange, I realize, but he had a strange skill. He could fly. And he often flew out of here, but he always returned. He flew off after midnight, but always came back in the morning for work. But not this time. It's been 2 weeks since he left. Now, for us, he is dead.
I don't understand. How could he fly? I don't see any windows in this office, unless you sealed them off.
It's difficult to explain, but we installed a surveillance camera. What we saw was very strange. After midnight, he opened his arms, wings, and then all the walls collapsed and the blue sky could be seen overhead. As soon as he flew out, the walls came back as before.
How long had he worked here?
His entire life. He was one of the kindest and most hard-working people. His death has saddened us all. We called him Shortleg because he limited it. We all knew his step in the corridor. I believe he was so skilled at deciphering because of this one Shortleg. However, history has forgotten him. And now our hopes are pinned on you. If only you could be at least half as good and committed as Shortleg.
I will try. I'll do my best.
I'll leave you now. Goodbye.
I actually had another question for you. Perhaps it's not appropriate, but I'm curious. Why did you choose me in particular?
A good question. But you'll work out the answer yourself after a few weeks on the job. Yes, you passed the exam successfully, but so did many others. We dug deep down into your family's past and didn't find a single problem, but the majority of the candidates didn't have any issues either. We saw something special in you.
What?
Your curiosity. Curiosity is the key to decryption. You have to be curious to be able to see deeper, to make out what can't be perceived, to grasp the invisible, to find light in darkness.
I've always been curious.
Yes, your curiosity. And something else.
Something else?
Yes, there is also something else. Something to do with me. It's personal.
Well, now you're making me really curious.
I remember you as a child.
But we've never met before.
I didn't say that we met. I said I remember you as a child. About 20 years ago. That day the president had gone out for a stroll in town. It was the first time that he had walked among the public. They clapped and shook his hand. But one child ran up to a flower seller, grabbed a bouquet of flowers, went up to the president and gave them to him.
Oh yes, I remember. I was very small. As soon as my dad whispered into my ear that the president was walking through town, I don't know why, but my first thought was to give him flowers.
I don't remember the details, but I remember your face, covered in tears. Fear and admiration. Only people like you are willing to sacrifice themselves for a greater cause. Good luck with your work.
Thank you. Fear and admiration.
I forgot something. The diary of Shortleg is on the table too. It seems to have kept notes about everything. I've read them and they're incredible. Sometimes it gets lost in the details, but nevertheless it reads like a novel. It's worth your while.
Oh, thank you. I'll definitely read it. Shortleg's Diary, Part 1.
Tuesday, December 20th. Again, I didn't leave the office. I had a lot of work. Damn it, doesn't anyone have anything better to do than dream? I was not in a good mood. A crackpot said that he saw himself in a dream. He was bewildered because instead of one penis, he had two penises. Those idiots on the second floor didn't dismiss it as a useless dream. They sent it on to me, on purpose. Well, I returned it with a note. The dreams of this man show that those of you on the filtration floor have brains like the top of a penis. See you from Shortleg. It felt good. I slept in a chair.
If you like, you can call me uncle. That's what most people here call me. And in a way, you're right. I'm like an uncle to them. And if you analyze it, we're all like one big family. Harmony is important, and we have that, thank the Lord. Sit down, son. Sit down. How do you like your new job? Come on, spit it out.
Oh, I like it a lot. I never dreamed I could find a job like this. I've already seen such amazing things, and I'm sure I've hardly seen anything yet.
This is more than a job, son. It's a way of life, and this place is our home.
Reading such a wide range of dreams, each of them so original, makes me extraordinarily happy.
All people's dreams, some more, some less, but I can state with conviction that the dreams of our people are special. We are a lucky people. We are the dreamiest people on the planet, in the best sense of the word. A people that doesn't dream is dead, or perhaps past death. Dreams are a sign of fertility, of a flourishing life.
Oh, I agree with you, Master. There are such beautiful dreams. It frustrates me that I have to sleep. I try to spend at least 18 hours reading and deciphering. I'd like to spend more, but the urge to sleep is stronger. It defeats me.
Sleep. You touch an old wound, son. Sleep, they say, is half death. However, it is essential. You should know that I never sleep. I cannot sleep. Isn't that sad?
Really, Uncle?
What do you mean, really?
That you cannot sleep?
Yes, Dan, it's true. Dan, that is your name, isn't it?
Oh yes, Dan. But I would love it if you called me son.
Well, Dan, I haven't been able to sleep for many years. I can't. Sleep eludes me. Sometimes my eyes close, but my brain stays awake. But I've got used to it, although I'm very sad that I don't dream anymore. I may have a short, idiotic dream, but one of no consequence. But let's get back to work. What would you like to learn?
Everything to do with dreams and their interpretation. You're the most famous interpreter here, and I'm sure I could learn a lot from you. They told me that story, how you were invited to work in a brain lab in America, and you didn't accept it. I admired you. I'd like to become like you to serve my country. You're a man young people can look to for inspiration.
I like your enthusiasm. There are a lot of myths about me out there. Some are true, some are not. I'm not Nostradamus. I'm just a dream interpreter. It suits me. Now look, son. Dreams are like women. You can never decipher them completely. However, some people, thanks to their talent and experience, manage to bore down to a deeper level. Dreams, also like women, know how to be coy. But if you treat them with love and respect, they soften. They become explicable. Now, dreams, as you no doubt have learned by now, have been classified into two main categories. Can you name the two categories, son?
Useless and useful dreams.
That's right. And what else? Go on, spit it out.
Useless dreams are those that are linked to family affairs, issues of property, the murder of brothers, the rape of women, the sexual abuse of children, jealousy, and so on. But although they're useless to us, they can be recycled by playwrights and fiction writers, by poets.
Through which my son is in harmony with our government's no waste policy. In short, anything that can be used should not be thrown away. Do you like the theater?
Oh yes, but I've never been to a play.
Well, this department and the theater have a lot in common. If you don't have talent, just like in the theater, you get stuck on the first floor. You won't move on. In the theater, they have a name for these people. What did I say?
Actors?
No. Isn't there a name for the actors who don't play the main roles?
Failures.
I'll remember it later. I seem to have lost my train of thought. Now, where was I?
Oh, you were just talking about...
Oh, yes, son. This place is like a dream. What you see may be what is visible, or it might not be. You'll learn all this in time.
Oh, I'm ready to learn as much as possible. I'm committed to this job, heart and soul.
You were lucky to be assigned to the sector of useful dreams, and particularly the category of political dreams. You can learn fast there, and it is a privileged position. However, you must keep your eyes open and concentrate. Because a white horse in a dream isn't always important news. It could be.
It could be.
Come back tomorrow, son.
Administrative Directive number 34. All employees on the reception and filtration floors are instructed to wear pajamas during working hours. Ties, shirts, and trousers must be stored far away from the office where they work. Pajamas can be any color or type of material. They can be produced in any country in the world, except for pajamas made in Russia or China. This administrative directive enters into force immediately. The boss.
Deposited by VK, Town V, District Winston Churchill. No number. The depositor is mentally unstable. He narrated the dream to us through a stream of tears. Dream. Black cloud swallows white cloud, and then the sky reddens. Blood falls instead of rain. The whole world is dyed in red. Note. The dream could not be interpreted. The master retained in his office for 3 weeks. He couldn't work out what it meant. Final note. 2 weeks after depositing the dream, the depositor, VK, committed suicide. Black cloud, white cloud, blood, a red world.
Only the master master and I can enter this office.
I'm sorry. I didn't know it was off limits.
You don't need to poke your nose in everything. Get on with your own work.
I'm sorry. I was just researching dreams.
These are the dreams that even the master himself wasn't able to interpret, which means that no one else can possibly interpret them. You're getting a bit full of yourself, aren't you?
I'm not sure myself how I ended up in here. I won't enter this office again. But I wasn't being big-headed. On the contrary, I feel very responsible for the work that I'm doing, and I want to learn as much as I possibly can.
For 3 weeks, the master tried to make out the dream you're holding in your hands, and for 3 weeks he never left this office. Those 3 weeks drained the life from him. He lost 37 pounds, and when he finally emerged, we hardly recognized him.
It's a really intriguing dream. It's a premonition of a catastrophe, but it isn't about our country. It's about wider issues. It's global, I think. The clouds represent a clash between Christian and Muslim worlds.
Listen to me, Dan. Never do that. Never try to interpret a dream that the master himself couldn't. He was appointed by the boss.
Oh, but isn't it our duty to do this?
To do what?
To interpret dreams, to identify the catastrophes before they occur.
You should only interpret the dreams that are brought to the desk in your office. That's it.
I'll decipher the dreams you bring me quickly. I told you I can type with 11 fingers. I want to work hard. Because, as the ancient Chinese said, whoever works hard, it's called a person who works hard. It's a joke.
My name is the Queen! Queen Elizabeth. I'm the Queen of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. I am the woman with the fewest secrets in Great Britain. I have only one secret, which no one knows, except for me and God. One of my breasts is smaller than the other. It's only a small difference, but it upset me very much when I was young. I remember that this small breast made me feel ugly, and I was convinced that everyone in Britain knew about it. But, in fact, no one knew, and no one ever found out. Because of this smaller breast, I almost killed my son Charles, who as a child was always too curious. When I got in the bath to wash, I would sometimes forget to close the door, and Charles would open the door and look at me. He was just a child, but this terrified me. When I thought that he might have seen my breasts, I wanted to kill him. I made a plan about how he'd go to sleep, and I'd suffocate him with a pillow. But I never did it, because he never realized my breasts were not the same. Charles was always very curious, but you should know he is not gay.
Examination of a traitor's brain.
Come here, what are you doing hiding over there?
Oh, I don't feel so good. I've never seen anything like this before.
You'll learn, son, you'll learn. The first thing you have to do in this department is learn about death. This is a traitor. Was a traitor. Come here, come a bit closer. It's entertaining to see the mysteries of a man's brain, a traitor's brain.
But why do we have to do this? Just for fun? Perhaps it isn't right to mess with a man's brain, even if he is a traitor. Haven't you ever read the Iliad? If you did, you'd remember that awful scene where Achilles drags the dead body of Hector around Troy. It is not good to mess with the dead.
Don't worry, son. You'll learn in time. We're not playing. What we're doing is work of the utmost importance for our country. Now, here's the thing. This brain might, on the outside, it might conceal the secrets, but not on the inside. That's where this wretch has hidden his treachery. Now come here. Quit sniveling like a little boy on the first floor and come here and look at this. Oh, dark shadow, hiding the mysteries of this man's brain. Open your head and confess. Reveal the sins of this wretch, his secret meetings with the enemy, his treachery and deception which harmed this land. Confess, oh dark shadow. Break the silence. For the sake of the homeland, treachery should be recorded on the tombstone of the traitor. Come here. Go find a pencil and write up the report.
What should I write?
Write that he was a traitor. The rest isn't important. Just scribble whatever you want.
Department of Dreams. I am Robert Conley, a writer by profession. I am writing to thank you with all my heart for the wonderful dream that you sent. Inspired by that dream, I wrote my best novel to date. The Society of Writers has just declared it the best book of the year. The Ministry of Culture has pledged to have it translated and published in 20 of the world's most important languages. The critics have called it a work that merits a significant international prize. And why not the Nobel Prize? Or the Man Booker Prize? I cannot wait to read the dreams you send me all the time. I'm eternally grateful to you. Yours, Robert Conley.
With the election approaching, the opposition has become unbearable. The boss is concerned, and rightly.
Well, last week we imprisoned 13 people. 4 we released after they agreed to collaborate. 2 of them died of torture, 3 we castrated, and 4 we put through pretend executions.
What happened with the editor-in-chief of the Freedom newspaper? Go on, tell me.
We released him after he agreed to collaborate. Today he produced an edition with an excellent editorial.
I brought 2 dreams, Uncle. The dream of Queen Elizabeth and of Hans Schmidt.
Who the hell is that?
The Queen of the United Kingdom.
Idiot! I know who Elizabeth is. I was asking about the second one, Hans, or whatever the hell his name was.
He is a former candidate for Prime Minister of Germany.
I'm not interested in his dreams. We have enough work without dealing with the dreams of candidates for Prime Minister.
In Germany, every German at least once in their life has tried to become the chancellor.
The dream wasn't of any value, but because he mentioned an atomic bomb, I thought I ought to bring it.
The Germans have nothing to do with atomic bombs. They don't even dare to see them in dreams, let alone think of producing them.
There's still no dream from the Pope?
No. I'm sorry, Uncle. I'm trying, but without any success.
Well, try harder, damn it. That old man must dream. Maybe you aren't torturing yourself enough.
Perhaps. But I promise you, Uncle, that tonight I'll maim myself even more. I'll destroy my body. I'll mutter every verse from the Quran.
What do you need with the Quran? Come on, tell us.
I meant to say Bible. I'm not well. I'm confused. My hand is shaking. Oh, the whip! The whip!
All right. You can go. You're doing a good job. We're pleased with you. Just try to get through this block you have with the Pope.
These damn priests rarely dream. When they do dream, they're usually erotic dreams where they're fooling around with nuns.
Bring in the other one. Dan, what are the dreams saying? Come on, tell us.
Everything and nothing, as the saying goes.
In the Department of Dreams, everything is unclear except communication with your boss. That should always be clear.
But don't overdo it. My question wasn't clear, therefore his response couldn't be clear. How many dreams were there this week?
83 dreams. And believe it or not, most of them were women's.
What? Why so many dreams? Isn't someone filtering them out?
Well, of course, Uncle. They're being filtered by those on the filtration floor. However, they've started to complain that the dreams have become more difficult to interpret this season.
What is this stupidity that I'm hearing? You're telling me that people out of the blue are suddenly having complicated dreams?
They simply don't want to be held responsible, especially now when...
Now when? Spit it out.
Well, in this time of political tension and crisis.
Oh, how preposterous. This country is always in a state of political tension and crisis. Riots are normal for this country. Peace makes the people confused and lethargic. Carry on, son.
Of the 83 dreams that arrive, I rejected 70 as useless and sent on 13 for further treatment. Naturally, with accompanying notes and guidance about what to do. Now, I value women, but these dreams are starting to drive me crazy. Every dream is almost the same. A seamstress who sews up the mouth of an old woman, a wedding dress painted in blood, women with their lips puffed with silicone, irrational jealousy, useless things.
Now, how many dreams could you not interpret?
Oh, I interpreted all of them.
All of them?
Yes, Uncle, quite easily.
This makes no sense.
Good! Good! Excellent! Everything makes sense.
I'm sure I translated them properly. I paid careful attention as you taught me, but you can check them over if you wish.
There's no need, son. We trust you. You can go now. And take care. Don't wander too much around the corridors and the offices.
If you're talking about the archive of dreams, I'm really sorry I didn't need to end up there.
I don't like that boy. He's gotten cocky too soon. The other day I caught him researching in the archives. We must keep him under surveillance.
Don't exaggerate. He's still new. He's just curious. And as for the dreams, perhaps he chanced on some easy ones and just didn't need my help.
Everyone here needs your help. This department would have no meaning without you.
Watch him then.
Shortleg's Diary, Part 2.
Today they told us the boss is gloomy. I felt sad. Afterwards, all day my head hurt. Why should the boss be gloomy, I wondered. I didn't work much. I was thinking more. The dreams today were very idiotic, except one. It was a disaster dream. I sent it on with a note at the top, addressed urgently. It spoke of a possible conspiracy in the army, a sort of coup. After this dream, I am sure that tomorrow the president will fire his entire military command. A good job. That evening, I went to the master. He was dozing. I kissed his hand and left without speaking.
There are formal procedures. It's only in rare cases we actually meet the people who deposit the dreams.
It's not a problem. Please, go on.
Very good. Night.
Does it seem like a strange name to you?
Oh, not at all. It's a pretty name to me.
Oh, usually people stare at me when I say my name is Night.
Oh, well, it's unusual, but I don't think it's odd.
People usually say something's pretty when they can see it, and night can't be seen.
That's true.
Very interesting office. Interesting and mysterious.
Oh, it looks that way, but it isn't. It's very normal. Perhaps we could have had a window or two, but it doesn't bother me. I'm used to the dark.
I don't have dreams often, but I started to have this dream about the 2 eggs that are broken in the market quite often, almost every night. It's been annoying to have the same dream several times in a row.
Are you employed?
You might say that. I'm an actress.
Of course, just a routine question. Can you describe a little the morning after the night you first had that dream?
I woke up, opened the window, and the fresh air flooded in. I stayed by the window for a bit and looked at the flowers in the garden. It was a really lovely morning, and the sun still hadn't dried the morning dew, so...
Please limit the poetic descriptions.
You asked about it.
No, I'm only interested in how you felt emotionally. Were you frightened by the dream?
Why should I be frightened?
I was just asking. Or were you anxious? Or were you surprised you could remember the dream so precisely?
No, I was not surprised.
And when you got up, was the bed damp?
What are you saying?
Don't take it to heart. Only joking.
No, of course I had not wet myself.
What did you do that day? Was it the usual things?
Just rehearsals at the theater, nothing else important.
Rehearsals? A film?
No, a play, not a film. I've been given the role of a woman who's burnt at the stake. It's because they think she's a witch.
You? A witch? Is the director an idiot?
Oh, don't say that. At least, not until you've seen the play.
You're right. It does sound a bit frightening, but I don't think it has a direct link to the dream.
Is the dream really so strange?
It's much like all other dreams. It's just the part where the town floods that interests us.
How odd.
What's up?
I mean, the part about the town being flooded, because our town doesn't have a river, so I don't see how it could flood. Besides being flooded by garbage. Well, you can see pools of garbage all over town. It really bothers me.
Go on.
I'm not complaining. I really love this town. Personally, I'm very happy, but don't you think most people look miserable?
Have you ever thought of committing suicide?
Pardon me?
Apologies. Routine question. There are some girls who have strange dreams in the middle of a psychological crisis.
No, I don't think about suicide.
Very good. You can go. We might recall you again. We might have some supplementary questions. Would it bother you if I called you again?
No.
Goodbye.
In the beginning, Allah created Turkey. Then He created the sky and the earth. And then in all of the other planets. And when Allah had created everything, some nasty mud remained. He didn't know what to do with it. He pondered all day. And then when he couldn't find a solution, he angrily picked up the mud and carelessly threw it on the earth. And this was how Russia was created. A good joke, eh? If I didn't work in politics, I'd have certainly been an actor. I like the theater a lot. Now I don't go see any plays because I don't want to worry the actors. Imagine if one day I were to go see a play and the actors found out that the president was in the audience, everything would go wrong. They'd forget their lines from nerves. They'd break out in a sweat. They'd gobble their words. They'd pee themselves. It would be a mess, and the theater would have to close down forever. I know that in the theater there are some critics of my government, but it doesn't bother me. Actors are the most undignified people on the planet, especially Turkish actors. I hate them. It's just as well I didn't become one. Actors and the internet are my greatest enemies. Yes, also the internet. Don't sneer, you know very well what I'm talking about. I am Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Once I saved a person
wanted to commit suicide. Two gigantic birds defecate on top of the Parliament building. Turns to rainbow colors. The dream of repressed homosexualism. A man with glasses that I know spits in a public drinking fountain. He then turns into a wolf and flees into the mountains. Interesting. Deposited by VB, profession news agent. Well, the man with glasses must be interrogated and arrested. He's obviously a writer or a journalist. Damn it, why can't I sleep? I don't want to think about her. In the end, she's just an ordinary girl with an unusual name, perhaps, but that's it, nothing more. I had a dream my husband betrayed me with another. Damn it, doesn't anyone filter these dreams? Sector with fools for employees. Well, watch. I'll return to them with a note saying, protect your wives because the husband of the woman of the dreams could fuck them. If I did that, they'd go crazy. Idiots. I can't go on like this. Can't even make out the letters.
It wasn't a dream to throw away, Dan.
Who are you?
Everyone called me short leg. I was the best dream decipherer on the 3rd floor. The boss offered me a promotion a few times. I didn't want it. I like staying here, in this office, where we deal with the dreams of ordinary people. I wanted to be closer to the people.
You can't be short-legged. He went away forever.
Listen to me. When they ordered me to the 6th floor, I cried like a baby. It is the worst floor. It's called the cleansing floor. From there, if you haven't been completely purified, they send you on to the 7th floor from which you never return. You get stuck there forever like me.
Well, why didn't you fly away and escape? You can fly, can't you?
I could once upon a time. But not since they sent me to the 6th floor. They destroyed me, Dan.
Well, why did they punish you like this? What mistake did you make?
I started to understand more than I should have. That was my sin.
I don't understand anything at all. What did you understand?
I prayed to never be sent to the 6th floor. Open your eyes and never sleep, because sleep can betray you.
Why did you come here?
I came to tell you that the dream you threw away was important.
What dream? I've interpreted so many today, I can't remember a thing.
2 gigantic birds defecate on the Parliament building. It turns to rainbow colors.
The dream of a homosexual.
Yes. The dream indicates that they are organizing a gay pride parade. If they do such a thing, other people will attack them. Then the police will intervene and thus riots may occur.
That is a brilliant interpretation. What a mistake I made. Please, don't tell anyone. I threw it in here. Has to be in here somewhere. Sure it is. Ah, there it is. Short leg? Short leg. How strange, he was just there. Oh, he must have flown away. It's just this dream that I can't work out. It's driving me crazy. Name, Knight. Profession, actress. 2 eggs are broken in the town market. The cellar weeps floods of tears. The river overflows its banks. Christina is flooded with water.
I am Hans Schmidt. I should have been Prime Minister of Germany, but I'm not. That bitch Angela, with her tricks, her deception, her bribery, managed to come to power. She robbed me of something that should have been mine. That's why I'm so sad. Perhaps I am the saddest German on the planet. I really wanted to become Prime Minister. I deserved it. And that's why I'm working day and night to build this itty-bitty bomb, with which I'll destroy the entire world. Yeah, it will be that small, but its effect will be like that of 100 atomic bombs. Let it destroy everything. Let everything go to hell in this world which treated me so unjustly. Yes, Angela, you merciless bitch. You pulled together with all of us. Fuck you, Angela Merkel, and that false smile of yours.
The master's dream.
It was sleep! It was sleep and deep sleep.
Thank the Lord, it happened at last.
I slept properly after 20 years, and not just any sleep, but sleep in water.
Well, this is a sign that things are slowly working out.
Excellent, excellent. Now, my brain will work like a Swiss watch.
Speaking of Swiss watches, today we ordered the police to arrest the lizard.
To arrest whom? Come on, spit it out.
Well, the lizard, the leader of the opposition. That's what our boys told him in the intelligence agency.
Damn it, how is it possible that I'm the last one to hear?
You were sleeping, Master.
Of course, I forgot all about that. What else happened while I was sleeping?
We destroyed 4 dossiers of evidence about corruption scandals involving government officials. We ordered the head of the National Bank to commit suicide. And he did. Stabbed himself in the chest 12 times.
Stabbed himself 12 times with a knife? And he did it himself? How is that possible?
All I know is that he did it, and we instructed the people to believe it.
Well, what else happened while I was sleeping? Oh, go on, tell me.
We set up 12 public tenders, and they were all won by our people. We declared 45 citizens national heroes, and we ordered 124 busts of the president to be cast. We declared 78 people traitors, and we imprisoned them for treason.
Oh, so many things occurred in such a short time. 4 days of sleep, and the country seems to be flourishing. What's the matter? Can't you speak anymore? How did this happen, son?
He seems to be incapable of working.
But you can still write. Oh, that's bad news.
Poor you.
Oh, unfortunately, your career as an interpreter of dreams has ended.
How sad, because you were talented.
It's not possible. It can't be true.
From today and onward, Dan is appointed the master, whereas the master is ordered to go to the 2nd floor. Signed, the boss.
It's a lie! It's a lie! It cannot be true.
How can this be? What is this craziness? How can you become the master when you can't even speak and you don't know how to write anymore?
A conspiracy! It's a conspiracy! The Department of Dreams is seeking! Help! Help!
How can a mute interpret dreams?
Never! Never! I refuse to go to the 2nd floor. It is insulting. It could have at least been the 3rd floor. I'll write to the Prime Minister today.
The end? This is the end of the Department of Dreams. It's sinking. There's no longer a Department of Dreams. There's no state. This is a national betrayal. We must strengthen the opposition and overthrow this quisling government.
Mommy! Mommy!
Hi. You don't want to talk? You don't want to talk to strangers. But I'm not a stranger. You don't know me. It doesn't matter that you're a child.
All the children in the world know me, including the 6-year-olds. I am the Pope. Have you heard of the Pope? The Vatican? Never mind. Please. Take this toy. Yes, take it. You like it? You have pretty hair. Can I touch it? Oh, it's so soft. Here, since you have such soft hair, take this money. You can buy lots of things with it. And your cheeks are soft too. Soft and smooth. Do you see that church over there? Have you ever been to church? Come on, let's go. There are more toys there. You can choose whatever toys you want. There are elephants. Hold my hand. Oh, you have a soft hand.
I had a terrible dream, Uncle.
What sort of dream?
It was a dream that made it seem as if Dan...
Dan what?
It was as if Dan came with a letter signed by the boss that said he would replace you from now on.
That's terrible. I also had that same dream. The boss ordered me to move to
The second floor?
Yes. And Dan, he lost his voice.
I had the exact same dream, Uncle.
Oh, that's bad news.
We must act quickly. Before it's too late.
But wait, he hasn't brought me a single dream. He interprets them all himself. I feel a bit useless. I feel like a useless old man. He's doing it on purpose. He's doing it on purpose to humiliate me. To humiliate us.
Oh, you mustn't worry, Uncle. I mean, what are you talking about? What would this building be without you? Just a useless building.
Well, what's worse, all of his interpretations are correct. Absolutely correct. I've tried to find mistakes, but it's impossible.
No, he's just a simple interpreter. He can never reach your heights. You, Uncle, are the heart of the Department of Dreams.
I was, but I'm not anymore.
Master, this week I've interpreted 213 dreams. Out of those, I rejected 205 and sent on 7 for further treatment.
Nothing that wasn't interpreted?
Nothing. Actually, there is one that I'm still analyzing, but for now, it can be turned into decipherable. I'm on track to decipher it.
Why don't you ask the Master's help?
Is it necessary?
Yeah, of course it isn't necessary, son. You may go now. We're pleased with you. Oh, interpreted.
It doesn't need your help. How presumptuous. Worse than that, what arrogance.
Oh, Lord, I never thought it would end like this.
Oh, what are you saying, Uncle? We won't just stand by and do nothing. We won't sit on our hands. We'll catch him out. He'll make some mistake.
I did it! I did it, Uncle!
Oh, what's that, son?
I saw the Pope's dream! Here it is, written in detail.
Well done. Now, we need you to do something else. We need you to dream the dream of someone else.
Who's Uncle?
Dan's!
It's important. Very important.
I'll do it. Tonight, perhaps.
And if you can, do it for more than one night. Do it for a whole week. In other words, forget about the dreams of important people and just focus on Dan.
I'm at the service of the department. I'll do whatever it takes.
And afterwards you will be rewarded.
You can have 5 days off.
7 even. You can rest until you're tired of resting.
But I don't want to rest, Uncle. No. I want to work. I want to die working. I'm happy to be spilling so much blood for our country.
Fine. Work as much as you want. Just do what I say.
I'll do it.
Go now. I'm going to bug Dan and watch their move. Don't catch him out, then he'll pay for his arrogance, just like Shortleg.
Destroy him. Pull him to pieces. The 6th floor. That's where that shyster belongs.
I'm Vladimir. Tsar of the Russian kingdom. When I was little, my mother had a dream. She came and she held me to her breast, she hugged me and kissed my face, and then between the falling tears, she said to me, "The fate of the world will be in your hands, son." But I never knew whether those were tears of joy or sadness. As a child, I liked to catch other children and hold them tightly by the throat until they felt as if they might die. But I didn't kill them. I didn't kill any of them. I always let go of their throat at the last second. And I knew precisely at what moment I had to release them. It wasn't their tears, their flushed face, their tongue sticking out that made me let go of their throat. Yet, it was a small tapping in the back of my head. Just there, near the cerebellum. Tap! It went like that, and I knew in exactly that second I had to release them. But now that I'm the Tsar, I've forgotten all these things. Childhood seems to me like a bad dream. Now I rule in peace, and the people love me. When I smile, whole globe trembles. I am Vladimir Putin. On my left testicle, I have freckle that looks like map of America.
At the theater.
Have you ever thought of leaving this place?
Yes, I have thought about it, and I still do, but there's no way to leave, even if you want to.
Do they give you parts?
Not as many as I want, but it isn't too bad. There was a lot of competition in my field.
Yeah, what roles do you prefer?
I don't mind any, really, but I don't usually get the leading roles.
Why not? Sure, you're a brilliant actress.
To play a lead, you have to sleep with a minister or director. I don't want to do that.
How much do you earn?
Enough to pay my rent at the end of the month.
And what sort of plays does the theater put on?
I don't like them very much. Well, they're mostly irrelevant topics about the war or heroes. They never perform any plays about the present, how we live now, what sort of problems we face.
What problems do we face?
I don't know, I'm not a writer. Well, it's a writer's job to identify the problems.
But you say there are problems.
Well, you know there are.
What was that?
It's from the small stage. They're performing Little Red Riding Hood, play for children.
Can I kiss you?
Why?
I love you.
Do you know anyone in the Ministry of Internal Affairs?
Why do you ask?
Next week there's a new play starting here. There's a really good role for me, but I don't think I'll get it unless someone senior calls the director.
See what I can do.
Okay.
Oh, what?
You can kiss me.
I haven't slept for 5 nights. My dreams have increased and become more frightening. For many days as well, I have started to believe that what we are doing is not right. Something is not developing as it should. Just this week, because of our work, 13 men were castrated. 4 women were raped. 6 old women had their eyes gouged out. 1 old man had a nail hammered through his skull. And 18 young men were in prison. When I close my eyes to sleep, it seems that the eyes of these wretches are boring into me and seeing everything. Tonight, once again, I managed to fly. After midnight, I opened my arms, and everything in front of me collapsed. The sky was covered in mist, and I explored the whole city. I saw nothing but sadness.
I found it, Uncle. I found it.
What's that, son?
The meaning of the dream. Please, call the boss. Something awful is going to happen.
Just calm down, just get your breath and tell me, what have you worked out?
The dream, Uncle. The night's dream. The dream about the 2 eggs that had broken into the town market. Please, call the boss. Something terrible is going to happen.
Just calm down. Just calm down. Tell him to calm down.
Calm down, damn it, and breathe. And don't snivel in front of the master.
When did you last sleep?
4 nights ago, Uncle, but I'm fine.
What does the dream warn of? Tell me.
Tomorrow it's market day in town. One of the traders will break 2 eggs at the feet of a tax collector and assign a revolt at the increase in taxes. Then, all the traders will gather. They'll beat up the inspector. The riot will attract a crowd that'll flood towards the town center.
What then?
They'll set government buildings on fire.
Why should it be like this? Could you be mistaken?
No, Uncle, I promise you it will happen like this. You have to call the boss. You have to act quickly. It's a matter of national security. We don't have much time. You have to put a stop to this catastrophe. It's just waiting to happen.
Go tell the boss. And if it doesn't turn out as you say, you will have hell to pay.
I've never been as sure as I am right now.
Look, son. How did you decipher this dream, and how did you learn to do it so fast?
I work hard, Uncle. I think all the time. I think during the daytime, and I think during the little sleep that I get. I have the impression that my brain's awake even when I'm asleep. I know what I'm saying doesn't make much sense. I draw out complex dreams. I draw a sketch and then examine it carefully. I find possible links to events, I read the newspaper, and so on. And then, everything becomes clear. Crystal clear.
They tell me you draw well. Could you do a portrait of me?
Oh, I'm worried I'm not good enough, but I'll try.
Try, son, try. And before you go, tell me something. Are you happy here?
Well, of course I am, Uncle. But somehow, I have the impression that everything in me has started to move faster than it did before. I feel my organs, my body, blood, breath, pulse, and everything else moving faster than it used to. I have the impression that I'm on a journey and my body is rushing to arrive as fast as possible.
To arrive where, do you think? Come on, tell me. Spit it out.
I don't know, Uncle. I'm very tired. I just hope that this disaster can be prevented.
There's a solution to everything, son. Tell me, do you need time off?
No, Uncle. A holiday will destroy me. I want to be here. Only reading and deciphering dreams feels good to me.
Good. Go now and sleep. I can see what's happened to you. You are like a zombie.
Uncle, there's something else I need to tell you.
Well, tell me, son.
I have the impression we must change things in the Department of Dreams. I think the term that best suits this process would be called humanism. How do we make this department more humane? Can we find more humane methods to achieve the same results? For example, a method that means someone doesn't need to whip himself in order to see the dreams of others. Or a method that means we don't have to break open the skulls of the dead to understand the mysteries they took with them, and so on. Reform, it can be painful, but it's often necessary.
Go now, son, and rest. I'll think about it. Oh, God. How miserable I feel. I've never felt so useless in my entire life as I do now. A boy who's just started to shave is really challenging me very seriously. Humanism. What evil reform is he talking about?
By order of the boss, Dan Kay, an interpreter in the Department of Dreams, is dubbed Knight of Dreams. As you know, Knight of Dreams is an honorary title that the boss gives to officials who demonstrate success in their work. Dan Kay deciphered an important dream that warned of a great catastrophe in our country. His awareness and vigilance make all of us in this department very proud. Benefits. Knights of Dreams can drink 1 glass of Rocky during working hours. They are allowed to open the windows of their offices. This applies to offices on the first floor that have windows. They are permitted up to 4 packets of cigarettes in a day, and they can have access to the 4th floor. With this title, they are also allowed to enter the office of the master without knocking.
A mistake, a huge mistake.
Short leg, you again. How can you enter like that? You should at least knock.
You shouldn't have accepted it.
Why not accept it? I deserve that title.
Because you just dug your own grave?
Go away. Bother me. Can't you see I'm working?
You're working? You think you could calm his anger with a drawing? He will strike you because you can interpret every dream. Because you've just been promoted to Knight of Dreams. Because you spoke about reform.
Why would he strike me for these things? Everything I did was for the service and the best interest of the department.
He will strike you because you've gotten too close. He feels threatened.
He loves me. Now he's made work. He told me he's proud of me.
Dan, you will suffer. Wake up before it's too late. They follow your every move. They know about your meeting with Knight. You are their enemy.
Just go away, you shadow, ghost, whatever the hell you are. I don't want your advice.
Don't meet with Knight. Don't dream anymore, Dan. It would be better for you.
I want to see her again. I have to see her again. I'm in love with her, short leg. I'm finished, I know, but I can't help myself. At least you can fly to escape from here. What about me? I'm nothing. Just someone destroying himself from within. I become like someone naked in the night. Why don't you teach me how to fly? Short leg.
Public announcement for all the citizens of our country. We inform you that we have formed a task force called Black Sheep in the Department of Dreams, the duty of which will be to investigate and take action against those who do not deposit their dreams. By a decision of the government, we hereby inform you that your dreams are essential for the public good. Therefore, we ask you to deposit them without fail and no later than 1 day after the dream's occurrence. Strict measures will be taken against those who do not deposit their dreams. No one can hide the dreams they have. Black Sheep will investigate you. They will find you. Dear citizens, depositing your dreams on a regular basis and on time is essential for national security. The Department of Dreams will give all citizens a free pencil and notebook which you are required to keep by your bedside. You must write up your dreams as soon as you wake in the morning or whenever you might rise during the night. Healthy dreams in a healthy body.
Dan's dream at the theater.
Everything right here, right in the chest, is boiling over and burning me. Ever since that day I first saw her, I haven't slept a wink. I dream with my eyes open, and she's in every dream. Mysterious, laughing innocently, like a small child. The girl I want to die for is here right now, close to me. But I wish she weren't.
I came to see you. I love you. Ever since I met you, I haven't had a single dream. Isn't that incredible?
We shouldn't meet, Knight. We cannot meet.
Why? We love each other, don't we?
It is prohibited for me. If we meet, then it's all over. And if we do not meet, then it's also my end.
Come on. Let's go away together. Let's escape, like in Hollywood films. Why do we have to stay here where they don't want us, where no one loves anyone? In this country, everyone hates themselves.
No one can escape from here.
Someone has escaped, and so can you.
How's that?
You can fly away just like Shortleg flew.
We cut off one of Shortleg's legs and then his arms. He can't fly anymore.
Master, I've interpreted every dream except for one.
I'm not interested. Lower the curtain, or if there isn't a curtain, dim the lights quickly. We're near the end of this irritating play. Carry on, Dan. Let all the anger out that you have inside.
Well, dear audience, as you can see, I'm just an actor. I cannot leave this stage. Cannot fly. Cannot kill myself. I'm cursed. Cursed to stay forever and entertain you with nonsense. And entertain you I will because you paid good money for it. You know, my tongue used to be longer. Much longer. But once in another role, I said something that embarrassed the president, so he cut off part of my tongue. But I can still speak. And I will speak. Yes, tonight I will speak, and I will tell some home truths that might hurt. Doesn't it seem strange to you that since the government issued the decree on dreams, y'all started to have more of them? And not just any sort of dreams, but dreadful ones. That small fragment of freedom has been taken away. The freedom to dream. We sold our dreams, and instead of peace, all we gained is fear. Fear has entered the marrow of our bones. Only a great uprising can lift this country from the misery from which it's been sunk by this corrupt government that only cares for its own self-interest.
You can take a break. It's my turn now. Democracy has failed, just as communism failed. Therefore, we wish to present dreamocracy, the most perfect social and political system possible. Dreamocracy has nothing to do with right or left or any other nonsense with extreme left, center, right, idle talk. Dreamocracy. In democracy, it's ruled by dreams. We dream, therefore we exist. Now, democracy didn't work precisely because we were allowed to say what we wanted to say. Like, we could express ourselves freely, like this actor here. Dreamocracy is the rule of dreams. Now, in democracy, people would just express their opinions, but these opinions were based on falsehoods and half-truths. Only that which appears in a dream is virtuous and sincere. The dreams are our very essence. We dream, therefore we exist. Freedom corrupts. The dream shields us from flattery, from the desire to dominate, from ego, from jealousy, from malice, from envy, and all of the other vices of the world. In dreamocracy, the citizens never fear their own state of being, and the state never fears its citizens because it is the people's dreams that constitute law and order. In a nation of dreams, everyone will be equal. There will be no rich or poor. Everyone will be a dreamer, a status in which everyone will live happily while working a little bit and dreaming much more. Dreams are the joy of this nation, a joy that will be eternal. before sending him to the 7th floor, open up his skull and see what his last dream was.
As you wish, master. We ask all employees of the Department of Dreams not to leave their offices. Law enforcement authorities are conducting a detailed search. During this time, all entry and exit is strictly forbidden. Whoever violates the rules of this department will be caught and punished without mercy. We are watching you.
What's going on?
Answer your uncle!
There's no need. It wasn't so much a question, it was more as if I was talking to myself. Hey, Dan? Didn't I tell you to keep your eyes open? Come on, say something.
I did keep my eyes open, Uncle. Day and night. I don't know why you're hurting. There must be a misunderstanding. I'm sure.
Have you ever been to the theater?
No.
Think!
I don't know. I can't remember.
No, not even in a dream. Come on, tell us.
Are you trying to hide something from us?
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't done anything illegal.
A few nights ago, you had a dream. Well, in the theater, after deciding not to commit suicide, you gave a speech to the audience. You made accusations. You called for an uprising.
And then the master killed you, of course.
It was just a dream. Damn it, it was just a dream.
Yes, it was just a dream. But a dangerous dream. And we all despair of you, Dan. When you came, you were the hope of this department. Full of ambition, full of jokes. And now, look, see how low you have fallen? Now you're an enemy of the department, an enemy of state. And worse, you have dangerous dreams. Dreams that you don't as the law requires. You are an egoist. That's what you are, an egoist.
No, there's just a misunderstanding, Uncle. I love this department. I love every office, every corner, every corridor. I'm committed to my job, working heart and soul, working almost 20 hours a day. I have been, and I am faithful to this department. I've never thought about myself. On the contrary, I want to sacrifice everything for the good of this country.
Why didn't you deposit that dream? Come on, Dan, tell us.
I don't know. When I woke up, I couldn't remember.
Don't lie! You stupid, egotistical revolutionary!
No, the dream didn't seem important to me. And the dream wasn't at all important. The words and everything in that dream were fragments of other people's dreams that I have read. It's what psychologists call displacement.
Don't lecture us!
Dan, I had so much faith in you. The boss was in despair when he heard about it, especially since he just made you knight of dreams. Oh, yeah, that's life for you, like walking along the blade of a sword. All it takes is for you to be careless once. Hey, Dan, come on, spit it out.
I was very careful.
Were you careful that day? When you went into town without our permission and met that girl Knight? You met at the theater, on the stage, or do you deny that meeting?
Where is she?
In the morgue. Just joking.
Oh, please don't hurt her. It wasn't her fault. I invited her to a working meeting. I was just analyzing her dream.
Oh, if only it were as simple as you say.
You are in love with her.
I am not.
Dan! I analyzed this theatrical revolutionary dream of yours. You are in love with that girl. You know that is forbidden in this department. What did you think? That you could somehow analyze dreams and fall in love? Love is deception. It does not exist here. Only dreams exist here.
I don't know what happened to me, Uncle. But ever since that day that I first saw her, I haven't been able to get her out of my mind. But I can fall out of love. I can erase her from my heart forever. Just please, just tell the boss that I'm sorry. And I am sorry, Uncle. And from now on, I'll do whatever I'm told. I'll never sleep, not even for a second.
It's too late, Knight. Too late.
Do you know where you're going, Dan? Come on, tell me.
No, Uncle, I don't know.
To the 6th floor. And there are only two choices there. Either you come out cleansed, completely clean, with no feelings, no memory, no motivation, no intention, or if you haven't been cleansed, you get sent on to the 7th floor.
And no one comes out of there alive. That's where you belong, Judas.
Please just don't send me to the 6th floor. Just tell me what I should do. Do you want me to wash your feet or to whip myself?
Nothing, son. There's nothing you can do. Your fate is in our dreams. It's what written. But you won't die on the 6th floor. No one dies on the 6th floor.
I want to work, Uncle. Just tell me what I should do. Don't send me to the 6th floor.
If you seek healing, Dan, you will find it on the 6th floor.
I finished the portrait that you asked for. It came out good. Do you want to see it?
I'm not interested. I loathe portraits. Send him to the 6th floor.
No, please. Not this 6th floor, please.
What's wrong, Dan? You've never been there. What are you so scared of? It's a floor like all floors in the Department of Dreams.
No,
An official delegation from North Korea, in the course of their visit to our country, toured the Department of Dreams, where they met with senior leaders of the department. Our friends from North Korea shared their enthusiasm for the work of the Department of Dreams and for its role and commitment to developing the democratization of our country. A memorandum of cooperation was signed, which, among other things, arranges for a group of 10 officials from the Department of Dreams to visit North Korea in order to found a similar department there. The head of the delegation, Mr. Pak Pong Ho, said, "Only now do we realize that Marx seems to have been mistaken when he said that dreams never become reality."
I'm not well, son. Spit it out.
I saw a dream of Lady Gaga's, but I'm embarrassed to write it down.
Well, why embarrassed, son? What was the dream like? Go on, tell me.
She had a dream that seemed as if...
Go on, tell me.
As if she'd sewn up her vagina and put a penis there instead. She became a man, and then she proudly sang, "Born This Way."
How did she sing it, son? Go on! Show me!
I'm beautiful in my way, 'cause God makes no mistakes. I'm on the right track. Baby, I was born this way. I'm born this way. Oh yeah, I'm born this way. I'm on the right track. Baby, I was
God, what a bizarre dream! But it's true, son. Even in reality, people do these things. Instead of a hole, they put a stick. Or instead of sticks, they create holes. All sorts of strange things. The world is rotten, as Hamlet said. Did you see any other dreams?
No.
Idiot! The day of the election, instead of seeing the dream of one of the members of the opposition, he dreams about Lady Gaga. You brainless fool, get out of my sight. Go pleasure yourself with your whip. Born this way? How perverse, what do you think?
I think something strange has happened, Uncle. They brought me 3 dreams which are exactly the same from 3 different people.
Maybe it's a trap to do with the election. The opposition is so disgraceful that anything is possible.
No, Uncle. These 3 dreams are from 3 people totally unrelated to each other. One of them is even an official in our department.
This one is identical, and so is this one. How's that possible?
I don't know, but I have a bad feeling about this.
Under normal circumstances, the probability of 3 people having the same dream is equal to 0. But dreams can be astonishing. They know how to defy every rule.
The content of the dream does not seem that glamorous.
We don't know that because we haven't interpreted it yet.
Of course, I was just guessing.
Now leave me alone. I must deal with this dream seriously. There is something not quite right here.
Of course.
Let's see. I must interpret this dream properly. Dear Lord, let me think clearly and don't let me disappoint the boss. Don't sleep. Don't sleep until you figure out what this cursed dream means. Let's see. The first one, unemployed. The second one, a construction engineer. And the third one, an official in the Department of Dreams. What on earth connects the three of them? Work, brain. Work like you used to. Don't shame me.
Attention, attention! Important news. The crisis headquarters has warned us that the opposition party may have won a majority of votes in the elections held today in our country. Therefore, a decision has been taken to collect the ballot boxes and bring them to the Department of Dreams to the 5th floor. It is our duty to insert the votes of the dead into each box, together with one lovely dream. The dead are the guarantors of the bright future of this country.
I'm not dreaming, am I?
No, you're not.
And where are we?
We are on the 6th floor.
Of course. How could I forget that?
Just a little longer, then you can get dressed and go to your office.
What? My blood. I'm cleansed. I'm cleansed, aren't I? Night? Night? Night?
You still haven't forgotten us.
But she was here.
When?
Just now, she was here.
Oh, that's how it seemed to you. No one can enter the 6th floor except for myself, the master, and the torturers. And yes, sleep and death can also enter whenever they want.
How much longer are you keeping me here?
I don't know. Until you're entirely cleansed, and until you tell us certain things.
I've told you everything I know.
There are still some things we want to know. For example, we're interested in what dreams you would like to have. Take a guess.
I don't know any dream. Just nothing frightening. Tired of nightmares every night.
With how many fingers can you type on a typewriter, Dan?
10.
Are you certain?
My finger! What happened? What did you do to me?
Calm down. You still have 9 fingers left. And if you need 10 to type, well then you can use your penis, can't you? Or don't you have a penis either?
Please stop.
For the moment, we are pleased with you, and we won't be cutting off anything else. You're being cleansed very well. But listen to me now. I want to consult with you about something private. A few days ago, we received a strange dream, seen at the same time by 3 different people. Between yesterday and today, 120 dreams have arrived, all exactly the same as those first 3. We're calling them the cursed dreams. The master's not well. He refuses to eat or drink. He's lost a lot of weight. To tell the truth, I've started to become worried about him. But this is what I came to tell you. Take this document and read it. If you can make it out, I know the boss will be pleased.
But there's nothing written. Where's the dream? Why can't I see anything? Where's that dream?
The Department of Dreams, with great sadness, informs the people of our country of the untimely death of the Master. He died at midnight, exactly at 0 hours from a short illness. His contribution to the Department of Dreams was extraordinary. He was the pillar of this department. His loss will be felt by all of us for a long time. Today we submitted to the President a petition signed by 734 employees of the Department of Dreams, which asks him to initiate procedures to declare the Master a national hero. In sadness, the Department of Dreams. Your interpretation of the cursed dream was the most important event in this department since its founding. 120 people have been imprisoned. Each one was a member of the subversive organization United Front, which seeks to overthrow the government and restore communism to our country. The boss has forgiven all your past errors. He's even decorated you with the title of Master. He's coming here tomorrow to meet you in person.
Did you say Master?
Yes.
What about?
He's no longer with us. He's passed away. He's gone.
How?
We found him drowned with his head in a basin of water. From now on, you'll be the Master. The boss promoted you this morning. If you like, we can call you Uncle. Shall I help you get dressed?
No, there's no need.
All right. In a few hours, the body of the Master will be ready. The boss expects a report.
What report?
Whether the Master was a traitor. We signed a petition to maintain appearances in which we asked the President to initiate procedures to declare him a national hero. However, it all depends on your report.
I see.
Would you like us to split his head, or would you prefer to do it yourself?
I don't know. Don't do anything for now.
One other thing, Uncle. The Dream Builder's in a crisis. He's been whipping himself for 3 days straight, and he refuses to stop. He's unable to see any dreams. Would you like me to tell him to stop or keep going?
He can stop. Of course. Now, please. Leave me alone. I just need to be by myself.
All right. All doors are open to you now. I'll wait for you upstairs on the 4th floor.
At night? Can you bring her to me? I want to see her.
I'm afraid not.
They've imprisoned her.
I wouldn't say imprisoned. They're talking to her.
They aren't sending me to the 7th floor. I must be entirely cleansed.
You're cleansed of everything but one, Dan.
What's that, shortly?
From love. From love for night. You'll keep dreaming of her for a while, but time heals wounds. You should be happy that you're returning. I didn't have that luck.
I don't want to go back there. Short leg. Teach me how to fly. I want to escape from here.
Really? You really want to fly?
Yes.
Open your arms then.
I can't. I don't have the strength.
Of course you can. Go for it.
I can't. I really can't.
Now fly.